Alright guys, we have some pretty big news that came out of a little interview that Nasu did in regards to Summer 7. Now, I really don't know what to title the video without making it like super clickbaity, so I'm just gonna call it leaks, because technically it's like a leak interview thing. But basically, the big news that we have is that we actually know that we're going to be getting 3 5-star servants this year for Summer 7. Now, some people might be wondering, that's it? Why is that a big deal? Well, one, it means a lot of what we usually know about how DW did a lot of their releases for all of the different events might be changing. It seems like Lasengo is going to be getting a little more aggressive, you could say, with how they pump out these units, because usually when it comes to summer, you know, we get a 4-star free-to-play servant. We usually get 4 SR servants that come from the gacha and 2 5-star servants from the gacha on 2 different banners. And then usually there might be like a rerun for like a limited servant, right? They might bring somebody back. And we actually see that Lasengo has been doing that a little bit more over on the NA version when they brought back Jean Archer and Edmond Dantes for their most recent summer event. So when you see stuff like this, it's like, okay, so A, they're changing how they do things, but B, it also means, and if you're someone like me and you're giga coping for Summer Morgan or Summer Ereshkigal, it means you have a higher chance of seeing one of those servants come out and, you know, be released for this new Summer 7 event. So it's actually pretty insane, because it means Lasengo is going to be seemingly more aggressive than DW was, right? That's why I love this tweet. Shout out to this guy for, you know, providing the translation for the interview. But this guy's like, he's like, yeah, it's really cool that we're getting a lot of servants, but it's really going to murder our wallets. And that is true. That means not only do you have a better chance of getting to see a servant that you want get potentially even not just a summer outfit, but maybe like a Halloween version, maybe a Christmas version, right? Maybe a like New Year's version for that servant. It means the gacha is going to become a little bit more brutal. I would say actually much more brutal, because 3 5-star servants is asking a lot, especially, you know, just getting the 1 5-star servant is usually hard enough. So I just wanted kind of people to be aware of this and just know that going forward, Lasengo might be ramping up production. I mean, again, like I just mentioned a couple minutes ago, that they seem to be doing this even on NA already, right? Like, this isn't a thing where it's like, oh, well, it comes to JP and, you know, whenever we get to that point on the NA version, then we can kind of expect it. It's like, no, they're already kind of like shifting things around, adding new banners into the game. Like, it does seem like, I think someone on my stream kind of described it perfectly. It's like, it seems like Lasengo really wants to make money, right? It seems like they're actually running this like a actual proper business, gacha game, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it does seem like they're moving in that direction. So I don't know, it's just something that I wanted to prep people for. Just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of this, because I thought this was extremely interesting. I guess I'll also touch upon this because there's been some leaks going around as well about who the summer servants are. It doesn't seem very realistic. I mean, I think everybody should know that it seems really cap when they're saying, oh, we have leaks, so we're going to be getting Summer Arcweed and Summer Jufu, and I'm like, do you mean that they're going to come out? Because if you're saying that, oh, they're going to release for anniversary, you'd be right. But if you're trying to tell me that 2 servants that literally just came out are then in a week and a half later going to get their summer variations as well, like, that just seems like cap. Like, that seems very, very far-fetched, right? It doesn't seem realistic at all. So if someone's going around peddling like news, I know who the summer servants are, it's like, dude, unless they work for Lasengo, and even if they did, you know, and they were like leaking that information, I'm pretty sure they get fired for doing that, right? Like, I don't think they're allowed to leak new servants that come out. I'm pretty sure that would, I don't know, just strike me as like getting in trouble with their boss. And then 2, you just gotta think, like, every time we get these summer servants, they're usually servants that have been in the game for like at bare minimum like a year and a half or something, right? And even that's a bit more rare. They usually try to focus on the servants that have been out for a little bit, unless they're like insanely popular, you know? But even then, there's some servants like Ereshkigal who's insanely popular, and she doesn't have a summer version, right? You know, Morgan kind of got some representation in summer last year because she was a part of the story, but we're hoping that she actually gets a summer variation this year. But yeah, I also just wanted to touch upon that. Like, these are just like 2 things I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the interview, and I also wanted to address the alleged leaks that were going around, because you know, a lot of people will come into my stream, which by the way is linked down in the description down below. Every weekday, your boy plays FGO, and then on Saturdays, I kind of just play any game that I want to play. But yeah, yeah, people on my stream have been talking about that though, and it's something that I'm like, dude, this just seems like cap. Like, this just seems like anybody should realize this is just somebody trying to, I don't know, clickbait a post, get a rise out of people, make people upset. It's like, I don't really like know the other what the point would be, because it seems so far-fetched. Like, it just seems so odd that it's like completely out of line. It just doesn't make any sense, right? Because you'd even think from like a business perspective, does it make any sense to be like, well, we just released Arcweed, now let's release Arcweed number 2 over here? It's like, you might have some people that are excited, but I'm pretty sure most people would be like, no, but I'd rather get new things, right? You know, we kind of just already got the Arcweed hype. I don't want Arcweed hype number 2. I'd rather get something different, right? I'd rather get something new put into the game. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We do have the actual page for the summer event, but still nothing. The broadcast is going to be on the 10th, as we're expecting for the anniversary ending. That I will be watching on stream, if you guys are interested in that, when that hits. The 10th, let me check the calendar. The 10th is next Wednesday, so it seems like we're back on the Wednesday schedule. I'll probably stream that Wednesday morning, because I presume this is going to be at, what, 3 in the morning? I can't even click it. Man, I can't even click the button. But anyway, we'll get it up and running, and I'll be sure to watch this with you guys. We can see what the new summer servants are, and probably Mold whenever Morgan, Ereshkigal, Medusa, none of those servants get announced, and instead we get, I don't know, Quetzalcoatl and I don't know, some lolly character probably, because they drop that every year, and I'll be like upset. I'll be like, man, why can't I just get my thick Queen of the Fays and my cute blonde VTuber lady? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I get the actual good servants? But yeah, with all that being said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe for daily FGO content. Again, I do stream it every weekday down in the description down below. I'm also hosting a $100 Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel tournament next Saturday, August the 13th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to see more details about that, you can join my Discord, which is linked down in the description down below as well. And you can get all the details there. Just make sure you come and actually DM me so you can actually sign up for the tournament. I have a lot of people that will like read everything out, and they'll be like, yeah, I want to play this deck, and I'm going to be running all of this and everything, but then they never submit a deck list, which is like formally saying like, hey, this is what I'm running. You know, so that way we can make sure you're not like cheating or anything. You're not like citing out cards that you're not supposed to have, stuff like that. Make sure you actually do sign up, you know, actually do everything properly, so I don't have to DQ you or something. Also, even if you do bad, there is a $50 losers bracket as well. I should also mention that as well. So no matter if you're doing really, really well or you're doing really, really bad, you know, on either side of the bracket, you still have a chance to win some dough. So hopefully that kind of intrigues everybody, and hopefully they maybe, you know, come participate. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day, and, you know, stay wise. You know what I'm saying? Stay wise. Don't let these people trick you with these, like, weird, like, oh, we're definitely going to be getting summer, I don't know, Zhang Yu or something. It's like, don't let them, come on, man. We got to use our heads, right? But with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.